anything else in life. And I am grateful that I was born an American. And I have no guilt about it. I don't run around worrying that life has been unfair for me because I was born where I was born. What I'm interested in is spreading the concept of America as far and wide as I can. I think the problem in the world can be traced to one simple thing: the lack of mass distribution of capitalism. Now, capitalism's a dirty word. It's like showing Dracula the Cross to a bunch of these Nimrod leftists that don't even know what it actually is.
I'd say the Constitution, but I know what he means, kind of.
But I can't peacefully sit around and joke about people who have now acquired political power on the basis of hatred for America. It's unhealthy, it's unnatural, it's unjustified, it is unwarranted, it is senseless. America has done nothing that would engender hatred. My God, this nation is a miracle. This nation is a blessed miracle. Our founders are part of a blessed miracle. We don't even teach the truth about them anymore. If we did, if there had never been an interruption in the proper education of the founding of this country, then today's Democrat Party wouldn't exist as it does. It would have never had a chance. It wouldn't have had enough people's minds waiting to be poisoned or propagandized. Up to something else about fracking, by the way, and this is another one of these added benefits, is called natural gas, which is about as clean a fuel as there is. So this isn't about the environment. They just tell you that it is. They just tell you that they want to clean the environment. They don't want to pollute. It's not about that. It's about controlling your life. It's about eliminating your freedom. You gotta go vote today, folks. You have got to go vote. And once you get in line, you do not leave that line. Your vote counts. The only way your vote doesn't count is if you don't do it. You gotta get out there and vote. That's how you stand up for your country. That is how you stand up to these people that are trying to take your country away from you. My friends, at any one given time, there are millions of Americans that owe the IRS a lot of money. Well,
that was amazing. I wish I would have had the 5 minutes before that, but my reception was very spotty, and I didn't quite catch it. So if you can find it on a podcast or whatever, right now it's 1:45 exactly. So if you tuned in to Rush on a podcast tomorrow or something, you could hear that epicness of what he just said, which is absolutely true. It goes for about 10 minutes, so if you went to it'd be somewhere around the 1 hour and 40 mark with commercials. So I don't know what that would be without, if you can even get it without, or if you can even get it at all. But that was quite an epic speech by Rush right there, and he is exactly 100% right. I cannot fathom how somebody could possibly argue with what he just said. This country is a miracle. We achieved in 200 years of life as a nation, we achieved more than the previous 5,000. That's something you have to realize. In the previous 5,000 years of history, we achieved more in 200 years under freedom and liberty. That's the one thing I would say when he said we need to spread capitalism all over the world. That's a secondary to constitutionalism. It's the constitutionalism that makes the capitalism work. If you don't have that, it's not going to work as good as it could. And that's what's wrong with the country today. If you know, there's plenty that's wrong with it, in my opinion, but it's all because we haven't followed the Constitution. Everything that's messed up is because we've taken an unconstitutional approach to government. We've added agencies that weren't appropriated in the Constitution. We've done all sorts of things over the past 100 years, especially, that have been very unconstitutional and have just grown and grown and grown like a virus on us. Every time we stray from the Constitution, we pay the price. The Federal Reserve System should not exist. If only people knew what the Federal Reserve System was, how it was founded, what it does, then they would have a good understanding of why the things are messed up the way they are today. In my point of view, it all stems from the Federal Reserve. All of it does. Everything that they built was built off of that lie first, and then after that, they conned us into it. Federal Reserve System, then the income tax system, which are two planks, by the way, of the Communist Manifesto. Those are two major planks, a central bank and a progressive federal income tax. State tax is completely different. Federal income tax, they had to pass a constitutional amendment to get it in there. How they did it, I have no idea. I have no idea how our previous countrymen thought that paying taxes to the federal government was a good idea. The federal government was previously funded by tariffs mainly, and that's what we should go back to, but now we can't, because every time you go away from constitutionalism and you bury yourself into socialism or communistic systems that are not compatible and were known to not be compatible at the time. It was a con job. It was a complete con job. Hang on, I gotta stop the video.